Hello guys, this time we will share a topic about measurement scale. We are from group 2 and here are our members. Cyril Amelinda Ristiawardani, Putu Kelvin Rudiana, Cornelia Septa Ardianti, Yosep Jarod Prinugroho, and Herlanditya Primanagari. Okay, let's start it. Before entering into the discussion of measurement scales, there are things that need to be known about what will be measured. In a study, we must first determine the research variables, which means what variables will be measured. For this reason, let us first know what variables are. Research variable is an attribute, value or nature of a research object, individual or activity that has certain variations between one object and another. Generally, the research variables will be determined by a researcher to be studied and extracted information from a particular object which is then concluded. The measurement scale is a reference used to determine the length or the short interval in a unit of measure. By using a measurement scale, the measuring instrument used will produce quantitative data. After the measurement process that produces quantitative data in the form of these figures, then a statistical analysis is determined which is suitable for use. In statistics, the measurement scale is divided into four, namely as follows: nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and ratio scale. The measurement scale can be applied to business and economy sector, institutional interest in census activities, science in education, and politics, such as quick count results. Usually, the measurement scale is used, applied, and studied by research, survey institutes, every educator for each education unit, students, and BPS or Badan Pusat Statistik. Ordinal scale. The ordinal scale is a scale that is attached to a variable whose category, besides showing a difference, also shows a different level. Thus, on the ordinal scale, we can show that one category is better than another category, or one category is higher than another category, and of course included in it, which is one category that is different from other categories. Or in other words, the ordinal scale also includes the characteristics that exist on the nominal scale. The ordinal scale not only states the category, but also states the ranking of the category. The ordinal scale does not have quantitative value, which means that mathematical calculations cannot be made because the numbers here are only symbols. For example, there is income with high, medium, and low categories. We give code 1 for low, 2 for medium, and 3 for high. We can't change the code to 1 for high, 2 for low, or 3 for medium. Numbers that cannot be arbitrarily changed occur because these numbers also indicate different levels, that 2 is certainly greater than 1 and 3 is greater than 2. The equation is put on a nominal scale on an ordinal scale. They use numbers function as codes that have different meanings to these numbers. The categories in the example clearly show different weights, so it can be said that people with high incomes have better level than people who have low incomes. On the ordinal scale, they use numbers in addition to differentiation also indicate different weights. So, if on the nominal scale we can replace numbers arbitrarily, then on the ordinal scale we must pay attention to the weight. Where are the ordinal scale usually used? In an instance, for example, to determine the level of position and the level of salary. In education, for example, to determine the student's rank, measure the student's motivation and attitude, and others. Who usually uses the ordinal scale? The social researchers, teachers, judges. Nominal scale. The nominal scale is a scale that is attached to a variable whose category is only can be used to differentiate between one category and another. We cannot say that one category is better than another, or one category is higher than the other categories because of only one category different from the other categories. As such, this nominal scale is usually in the form variable with qualitative data. Statistical equipment that fits a nominal scale is a proposition such as a mode, frequency distribution, chi-square, and some other non-parametric statistical equipment. The nominal scale is a scale used by a researcher when grouping objects, individuals or groups into certain categories and symbolized by labels or certain code. For example, 1 for male, 2 for female, 1 for adult, 2 for children. This number only functions as a category label without having intrinsic value and not has any meaning. We cannot say woman twice than man. We could have coded man into 2 and woman with code 1, or a number wherever the origin of the code is different between man and woman. This scale is a type qualitative data. In addition to grouping gender variables, is also common used to classify religions, ethnicities, blood groups. For example again, for religion, we can code 1 for Islam, 2 for Christian, 3 for Hindu, 4 for Buddha, etc. In the first example, the most commonly used example is the gender variable. Type genitals will be divided into man and woman. In this case, the results measurement does not have a certain level. This means that men are not taller than women or vice versa. In a study, usually will be given a symbol number as a differentiator. For example, the male gender is given the symbol number 1, gender women are given the symbol 0. The symbol here is just to distinguish, not indicates that 1 is greater than 0 and so on. Second example, for example, the name of the city of birth. There are Bandung, Jakarta, Surabaya, Bogor, etc. This is only a differentiator It does not indicate a certain level. In other words, people born in Bandung do not mean better than Bogor or other. Example of actual nominal scale. 1. Skin type such as black, yellow, white. 2. Tribal regions such as Javanese, Madura, Bugis. 3. Religion adopted such as Hindu, Christian, Islam. 4. Election winning party such as PKB, Golkar, Demokrat. 5. Gender, male or female. 6. Job type such as government employees, farmer, etc. And 7. Marital status, marriage or not marriage. The other actual nominal scale. 1. Graduation, graduated or not graduated. 2. Diplomas owned, elementary, junior high school, S1, S2, or S3. 3. Vehicle production year, 2004, 2005, 2006, or 2007. And 4. Activities, working or unemployed. Nominal scales can be applied to the fields of research and population census. Who applies a nominal scale? Researchers, students, and Statistics Indonesia or BPS. Interval scale. Interval scale is a scale that meets the nominal and ordinal scale and has a certain interval or distance. Interval scale is also a scale that distinguishes certain categories with a certain interval or distance and has the same distance. Interval scale is usually used to measure quantitative research objects that are clear and well organized. This interval scale has no absolute zero. Interval scales are usually used for weight, height, test scores, etc. For example, dividing height in 4 intervals, that is 155 until 159, 160 until 164, 165 until 169, and 170 until 174. In mathematics, data is grouped into 2 types of data, namely discrete data and continuous data. Interval scale included in a continuous scale. Interval scales are also used in temperature measurements. A distinctive feature of the interval scale is if a mathematical operation, addition, reduction, multiplication, and division, the results still have certain related meanings with his research. Interval scale is usually used by teachers in processing student data. Ratio scale. Ratio scale is a scale that is attached to a variable whose category indicates a difference, a different level, a range of values, and can be compared. Existing values can be compared because of absolute zero, which means that each number starts from same 0 point. Thus, in this ratio scale, we can show that one category is better, higher, different, and has a range of values from so many to many other categories. Ratio scales can be used when the categories show difference, there are different levels, there are ranges of values, and can be compared. The ratio scale also includes the characteristics that exist on a nominal scale, ordinal scale, and interval scale. For example, we can say that 8 is 2 times 4, or 10 is 5 times 2. Example of ratio scale variables are weight in the categories of 32 kilograms, 64 kilograms, and 75 kilograms. From this data, we can compare one category to another. The person who weighs 64 kilograms is two of you who weighs 32 kilograms. We can do this because both categories start from the same 0 point. The other example. Tony's math test score is 50, while Tony's score is 100. The size of the ratio can be stated that Tony's score is 2 times Tony's value. Example 4. Agung's height is 190 centimeters, while Fattinson's height is 95 centimeters. In this situation, it can be said that the distance between Fattinson and Agung is 95 centimeters. It could also be said that Agung's height was 2 times Fattinson's height. When compared with nominal and ordinal scales, the ratio scale has similarities using numbers. Difference between numbers used in nominal and ordinal scales is only code, not the meaning of the numbers themselves. For example, 1 can be interpreted as a man and 2 is interpreted as a woman. Whereas in the ratio scale, the number is the meaning of the number itself. So, if shown the number 15 means 15 itself. Ratio scales can be used in field of health, field of education, field of research, and in statistics. The ones who used this ratio scale are educators, researchers, and more. Okay guys, that's all about the measurement scale. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.